What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of the Woodland Scenics Learning Kits, supported by worldoftrains.ch. Yes, in our fifth episode we're talking about trees. Yes, because what we need for our diorama here is we need trees, and Woodland Scenics has a trees learning kits. Let's dive right into it. As always, I take you a bit closer and you only see my arms and you can hear my voice. That's what you get. And we will open it, and first we will see what's inside. So what we have here is conifer clump foliage, a big bag of medium green clump foliage, shrubs, pretty big bag. Then we also got a hobby tack adhesive, and we got some trees, and there are many of them. You think now, well, they look kind of boring, they are pretty 2D style. But let's see. So yeah, we have around, I don't know, 10 trees maybe. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. So we will do a bigger one, and we also do one like this. So that means we first read what they say here. This one is a deciduous tree armature, and this one is a pine tree armature. That means first you have to cut this one off. I use this one. That's pretty cool because here it's pretty straight, so you can easily nick that off and you can't see it. So, and now you have to bend them. So you can bend those in all different shapes and ways. So that means we will try to do a bit like this and that, and maybe we can turn them a bit like this and like that. That's how you get the shape of a tree. And now it looks almost ready. So yeah, this looks quite easy. Now you see we have a form of the tree. Maybe we can already, you have a stump with some trees, and now we have to bring the leaves on. And here you can do the same on this one. So first I will cut it, and then maybe we can bend it a little. First like this, and then on all sides a bit. And this is you can do it pretty random, because no tree is shaped like the other tree, so because it's nature. I have to say, first I did use some of them already, and first I had to say, well, this is a bit, I don't know, but it works pretty good. So then this is hobby tack, and hobby tack works like this. You will paint all over where you want to get it sticky, and then you have to let it dry. And when it's dry, then it's sticky. So that means then you can stick on this clump foliage. But so I will tell you, let dry until clear and tacky. Number 3 is then break up larger pieces of clump foliage. And then you can put everything inside, and you can turn them around and stick them into, and it's sticky. Or you can put it away and add it with the fingers where you want it. In the end, funny is, there is no fine turf in it, but They say maybe you can add fine turf, and we have fine turf from our other learning kits from the ground cover, so we can sprinkle on this with a little bit of glue. So that means first I will have, so this is the stump. We will not use it because this looks stupid and it's plastic. I will just drill a hole so we can place them right where we want them. So I would say one is here and one goes maybe there. And that's enough. Yes. So that means I have to drill a hole, and I would say this is 3 millimeter. Then we look, yeah, this works perfect. Yeah, so that means now I will use a little bit of wood and drill 2 more holes, because now we can stick them in place and add the glue, the hobby tack. For this I take this maybe a bit to this side, like this. Then multi-purpose water-soluble high-tech adhesive for trees. Apply hobby tack to armatures. When hobby tack becomes clear and tacky, apply foliage. So like this, and then you just add wherever you want it to be tacky. And the name I have to say is funny, but I would name it Hobby Sticky, not Hobby Tack, Hobby Stick, because it's sticky icky in the end. And so for now, it's not tacky at all. It's just white and looks a bit like color. So we let this dry. And I now had an idea. I know it's not from Woodland Scenics, but this is terrain paste, brown earth from RTS Greenkeeper. And I would say maybe I will add a bit to this tree, because then this stump gets a little better texture and is more looking like a tree and not a plastic tree. So that is just the idea. I never tried it before, so it will be a first. And we will see how this works. And afterwards I will of course add the hobby tack. But just for, I mean, model railroading or building dioramas is always trying out new things and see if it works. And if it works, do it again. Next to all the hobby tack, but this will work. Oh, that's a bit much. And because we have to wait till it's dry, that's perfect to add this right now, because then this also has to dry. And maybe you can also add a wash, or maybe a lighter brown, so you get a little color variance, color variety. But so far I would say this looks good. So I added this earth texture, and I have this terrain paste also in white, and I mixed it up, and now it's a light brown, so it's not that dark. So now we have to add more hobby tack to our pine tree, and yes, it looks messy, but in the end it will dry crystal clear. And now we will set those 2 trees aside and wait till the hobby tack is crystal clear. After it almost dried, that's maybe after 2 hours. So it looks quite dried, and yeah, you can feel it, it's really sticky. So that means we now take the medium green clump foliage, also that was the stuff we used on the diorama here, but I won't open this bag because I already have an open bag of this stuff, and this is really clumpy. So you can just tear it apart a bit, and then say, let's add it like this, then maybe a bit like that. And so now we are just adding all this clumpy stuff on this tacky stuff, and then you already can see how we start to form a tree. And I have to say that's a pretty easy way to build trees like this with these with this clump foliage, because you just can add it wherever you want and it sticks. And this is still not the finished product, because in the end we will also add fine turf to give the tree a little more depth. But for now, first we have to add the clump foliage. So like this. And I mean, there are different kinds of clump foliage, colors. So you can do some variations if you want. That's no problem. Look, just when I throw it on there, it sticks, because this tack is really tacky. This hobby tack. That's really a great thing to add on those trees, because it really is pretty sticky. Of course, some stuff will fall off, I guess, but we'll add some more glue later on. And then you have a tree. This is pretty cool, right? And it also looks decent, I would say. I mean, of course, there are other ways to create trees, and I will for sure show you how you also can create trees with static grass. And for this one, we take light green. So this is not so clumpy, but it will also stick for sure. Maybe I can take this tree out. So now we have another tree, and as you can see, it also looks not that bad, I would say. So now they wrote that you should add some scenic glue over it, and then you can add some fine turf. Let's do this. And also this scenic glue will dry crystal clear, so you won't see it in the end. So like this, more or less all over. This also helps the stuff to stick, but it will also help to stick this stuff. So let's get me a bit closer. And here I just sprinkle it over it. And yes, of course, you will lose some stuff of this, but yeah, that's how it works. Done. And now the tree looks even better. Of course, we have to again add some more scenic glue. Then again, you have to let it dry, and afterwards it's ready for the layout. So maybe we also add a little bit of stuff here on this one. First we soak it in scenic glue like this. Then we add just a little bit. Like this. Done. So, yes, that's almost it. Now we really just have to wait and let the tree dry. When it's all dried up, we can add it. Well, maybe I can already add it to the layout, because then we glue it in place right now. First, here I will use some white glue. And we take the original. So I will just add a little bulb like this, and also here. That's normal wood glue. This will also dry clear, so that's great. So then we will add, as you can see, this stuff is falling off. Oh, the tree is... I will have to fix him. So, like this. And now, of course, I have to find something to support the tree so it will glue in place straight. I will add some more scenic glue over here, right where the tree stands, like this. And of course we will also set this guy straight. So, we did it. We added the next learning kit from Woodland Scenics to our diorama, the trees. Of course, I have to let this all dry, and when it's dry it will look a bit different. Now it's all looking really messy, but in the end it will look great. Well, I hope so. We can still add some more details, and I will add a small detail in front here, but I will not film this. This will be a surprise for you. So that was the next episode of the Woodland Scenics learning trees, learning kits. This time it was trees, and now we have two more left: the road system and river or water features. So for that I think I will have to build a new start, because I'm not really sure if I can add water features on this one, but we will see. Let me think about it. That was it for today's episode, for this episode. I hope, as always, you liked it, you learned something, and maybe you can give it a try. I have to say, those trees are also easy for beginners, really easy to build, and they look decent, maybe not right in front when you just watch at it, so maybe more a bit in the background. But overall, great trees, and you can definitely do something with this learning kit. Thanks for watching as always, and see you next time. Bye bye.